Don't have much time, so it's time to hurry up. Running out of time, running out of time, running out of time, running out of time, definitely. So let's go. Do you ever feel like your mind is an electrical storm that just can't calm down? Like you've been told to just breathe one too many times and you're ready to just throw something. Well, what if I told you that your anxiety isn't actually broken? It's just high frequency energy that nobody taught you how to conduct. Hi, I'm Keisha Dent, and I'm a certified hypnotherapist who works specifically with professional women over 40 who are tired of managing their anxiety and ready to transform it into authentic power. Today, we're diving into how hypnotherapy actually works and why it's so different from everything else you've probably tried. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why your overthinking mind might actually be your greatest asset. So let's start with the 4 stages of hypnotherapy, because this isn't what you've seen in the movies, okay? There's so much crazy stuff going out there online, on Netflix, etc. Stage 1 is induction. So this isn't about forcing yourself to calm down. We know that doesn't work, okay? We know that by now. Instead, we're shifting your brainwave patterns from that constant high alert state, what we call beta, into something more receptive, the phases of alpha and theta. For anxious minds, we're basically teaching your nervous system that it's safe to step out of hypervigilance and to be able to allow relaxation to kick in. Stage 2 is deepening. So here's where your overthinking actually becomes an asset. So that same mental intensity that creates anxiety spirals gets redirected into profound focus. So we're not just turning off your analytical mind, we're giving it a better job. Stage 3 is the therapeutic work. So this is where the magic happens. So we're not just managing symptoms, we're literally rewiring the neural pathways that have been running your anxiety programs. So your subconscious gets to download new operating instructions. And stage 4 is emergence. So this is where you come back carrying those new instructions, those new neurological patterns. And this isn't just temporary relaxation that wears off in traffic while you're driving, This is sustainable nervous system recalibration. Now, what part of your brain does this actually engage? So this is where it gets really interesting, like for anxiety specifically. So hypnosis primarily works with your limbic system. So that's your amygdala, which is like your alarm system, right? And your hippocampus, your memory center, while also activating your prefrontal cortex in a different way, in a unique way. For anxious women, this combination is amazing. Your amygdala has been stuck in overdrive oftentimes, constantly scanning for threats that don't exist, that interfere with your life, that hijack your life. Hypnotherapy helps recalibrate this alarm system so that it only fires when there's actual danger. Not every time you have to go to a different place or do something different or give a presentation. And here's the kicker. You don't need to go into some super deep trance state every time. That's not necessary to change your life, to change the programs that are running you. The sweet spot for anxiety transformation, for transforming behavior, it happens in what we call the alpha and the theta states, right? So your overthinking mind gets to stay online, and it likely will stay online, and that's okay. You may be aware of sounds and things around you. You may feel as though you're just simply listening to your hypnotherapist talk. You're simply laying there, sitting there. But your mind becomes an ally in the transformation process instead of a saboteur. So what do we actually use this for? So let me give you some examples. We use hypnotherapy to transform performance anxiety, for example, into confidence presence. We use it to transform anxiety. And so instead of managing nerves when you speak, when you're trying to do something new in your life, you learn to channel that same energy into authenticity. We can use it to convert overthinking into strategic insight. We can use that same analytical mind, right, that creates anxiety spirals. We can use that and restructure that, retrain it to become your greatest business asset. We can shift imposter syndrome into authentic authority. And we're not convincing you that we're qualified. What we're doing is removing the interference patterns that have been blocking your natural confidence. If I can share anything that I want to stick, it is this, that there's nothing wrong with you. Often what we are changing through hypnotherapy is the interference that is caused by life on earth. The interference with your authentic self, your authentic goals, your desires, your strengths, your confidence. You arrived here with all of those things, right? But it is in the course of living your life that those things began to become hijacked, mangled, mixed up, confused, and twisted. We can also use it to transform people pleasing into healthy boundaries, okay? And allowing your true self to come forward. Now, what does a session actually look like? So forget everything you've seen in movies, Netflix, Tubi, what else is out there, Hulu. I feel like on every one of them, there is a hypnotherapy horror thing, right? I think I just saw one on Hulu not too long ago. The one about the itching, the one lady was itching. So forget all about all of that. So what we do is we start with a conversation about what's happening in your patterns right now, right? So this is going to be, a little bit different than conversational psychotherapy counseling, which is a wonderful tool, but this is a little bit different, right? Where we really truly deeply analyze this and think about a practical assessment of what you can do to shift it, right? So it's going to be a little bit different because what we want to do is we want to kind of get to the root of what you've learned about yourself, right? Because often, again, what is standing in our way is what we have learned about ourselves, about our strengths, about our power, and about our roles in the world. Then I will guide you into that focused state where we spoke about, where your nervous system can actually update its programming. So you're still sitting or reclining comfortably, fully aware, and in control the entire time. The real transformation work happens when we begin to challenge and install new patterns. So if you've been running a program that says, speaking up for myself is dangerous, that says the world is a dangerous place, that I always have to be constantly on guard, which is a very common thing that we tend to carry forward. If you're running these old outdated patterns, we help your nervous system to download a new program that says different information, such as my voice is valuable and needed, such as this world is my world. I belong here and I am safe here now. And here's what most people don't really know about it. The real transformation happens in the days and weeks following your session as your nervous system begins to integrate these new patterns into your daily life. This is also why I will be creating a personalized recording for you to integrate the work that we do in the session, because your mind responds powerfully to repetition. So look, if you've been struggling with anxiety despite being successful, knowing that you're intelligent, knowing that you're capable with your conscious mind, right? And if you tried everything else, there's a reason traditional approaches may not work. They're often trying to calm down the intensity, to kind of, use that conscious mind to push through instead of teaching you how to work with it, how to conduct it, and also accessing what's going on subconsciously. Anxiety isn't a disorder. It's energy. It's high frequency energy that hasn't learned proper expression. It's actually a gift from our ancestors. And in a world that is very, very different from where we have come from evolutionarily, it is looking for its place. And it often ends up destroying things instead of making things better. The question isn't whether you can transform your anxiety, it's whether you're ready to stop managing your gifts and stop trying to push them down and start embodying them. If this resonates with you at all, definitely drop a comment below. Let me know what your questions are about anxiety, about hypnotherapy. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know what you would like to hear, anything that you would like for me to speak on. I would love to speak on it. And if you want to learn more about how we can work together, check out the link in the description. Reach out to me. I would love to speak to you and get your personal questions answered. So that's it for me today. Again, my name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I want to remind you always that in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you next time. Take care.